Welcome to Defense News Plus. Indian Navy is emerging a rising power in the world and expanding its capability and operation area beyond Indo-Pacific region. China is ready to launch its third aircraft carrier at the end of 2021. As per China Central Television (CCTV), will supposed to be commissioned naval service around 2025. Here comes the role of Indian Navy to safeguard the Indian Ocean region. Currently, Navy is operating only one aircraft carrier, INS Vikramaditya, with displacement of 45,000 tons. It will be in service up to 2040. Looking at the present perspective and challenges coming from China, India needs two aircraft carriers operational in the Indian Ocean region. The 37,500-ton INS Vikrant will be inducted at the end of this year into Navy. Both carriers are ski jump carriers. It will increase Navy's operational capability and area of dominance. India is also planning for a third flat-top carrier, the planned 65,000-ton INS Vishal, with superior power projection capabilities. But CDS Bipin Rawat said due to budgetary constraints, Navy should differ from having a third carrier and strengthening on acquiring nuclear-powered and diesel-electric submarine under 75, 75I and 76 project to increase Navy's capability. In the coming years, China's third aircraft carrier will be commissioned into Chinese PLA Navy. Then China will operate two carrier strike group in Indo-Pacific Ocean region. China has already completed Djibouti Naval Base modernization program to operate a carrier strike group from there to keep an eye on the Indian Ocean region and Indian Navy. Looking at this, CDS Bipin Rawat preferred the Navy to focus on submarines acquisition and smaller surface ships, mainly in a defensive role. He focused on strengthening the land defense against China and Pakistan, and hence his priority is for the Army, followed by the Air Force. The Army has urgent requirement in long-pending infantry weapons, artillery, and strike corps modernization requirements. The Indian Air Force's squadron strength is down to 32, well below its minimum operational strength should be 42 squadrons. India cannot allow China to replicate the same it used in the South China Sea and challenge territorial claims and international norms of freedom of navigation, overflight, and unimpeded commerce in Indian Ocean region. India has signed agreement with many countries to obtain military access to their bases, including access to Indonesia's strategically located deep sea Sabang port and Oman's DUQM port. To enhance New Delhi's geopolitical positioning is to counter Beijing's string of perils. India has also working on developing cooperation with France and the United States through logistics agreement, which grant India access to the US base on Diego Garcia and the France base on Reunion Island. The United States further engages with India in Quad group, which consists of the countries like Australia and Japan. Similarly, France has called for a creation of a Paris-New Delhi-Canberra axis in the Indo-Pacific, looking at India's growing influence on geopolitics in Indian Ocean region. India is developing SLBM, submarine-launched ballistic missile, with a greater range to counter Chinese aggression. At present, India has two types of SLBMs. One is the K-15 with a range of 750 km and the other is K-4 with a range of 3000 km. But for a real and effective deterrent against China, we have to have in our arsenal an SLBM fleet of 5000 plus kilometer range. We have to double march to make up this time gap. The center will have to allocate the funds that the Indian Navy needs because the Indian Navy will be called upon to play a greater role in future wars. The nuclear submarines are costlier to build and costlier to maintain. India felt the need of nuclear submarines of SSM class and SSBM class and SLBM class. Urgent looking at the growing challenge of the Chinese Navy once the fleet of nuclear-powered attack submarines joins the Indian Navy in adequate numbers, Indian Navy will easily patrol the entire Indo-Pacific region without surfacing and remain undetected. Their engine noise will be minimum, adding to their stealth feature. The submarines are being constructed with France collaboration. India is trying to develop a strong defense relationship with France on a long-term basis. Next update, Lockheed Martin has selected Thales to deliver airborne low-frequency dipping sonars. Thales has signed a contract with Lockheed Martin as a Tier 1 supplier for the delivery of up to 55 airborne anti-submarine warfare sonars. The AFCS, Airborne Low-Frequency Sonar, dipping sonars will be integrated on MH-60R Romeo helicopters for the US Navy and 3 other navies. The first 42 systems will be provided over the next 5 years and it will be total completed in 6 years. US Navy needs 8 ALFS. Indian Navy requires 24. The Hellenic Navy needs 3 and the Royal Danish Navy needs 7 and 13 more will be optional out of the total 55 systems. Naval forces require reliable, high-performing systems to operate with optimum effect on missions including anti-submarine warfare, maritime search and rescue, defense of maritime approaches, and fleet protection for naval forces on deployment. Next update, National Aerospace Laboratories NAL released a tender for design consultancy on the development of Automatic Flight Control System AFCS Flight Director System for SARAS MK2 project. The requirement of IAF and regional intercity connectivity services 19-seater indigenous SARAS MK2 aircraft will be built. The first flight is expected to start in 2024 to 2025. The aircraft will be integrated with most advanced technology like AFCS to ease the flight takeoff and auto-controlling. The Transport Aircraft Division of HAL in Kanpur will be manufacturing SARAS MK2. Next update, as per the news from Indian Express, the Aditya L1 support cell has been established at the ARIES Research Institute of Observational Sciences ARIES for training manpower. An MOU has been signed between ARIES and Indian Space Research Organization ISRO earlier this year. The support cell will be online platform for students, faculty, and researchers from colleges, universities, and institutions in India for free access to processed scientific data regarding the Sun. Indian Space Science Data Center ISSDC of ISRO, acting as a manpower training center, will host all the data. Professor Dipankar Banerjee said, quote, "The cell will provide training and skilling to students and the larger user community to handle the scientific data for undertaking research activities. We plan to reach out to college and university students, expand and double the current solar researchers in India over the next 2 years." Unquote. He also said the cell will not only offer training, it also plans to create catalogs of solar parameters and observations that can then be readily used as reference by the students once the data is ready. In addition, the cell will also be responsible for the development of software and tools required to perform research using this data." Unquote. Along with ARIES, the space agency is also working with Indian Institute of Astrophysics (IIA), Inter-University Center for Astronomy and Astrophysics (IUCAA), Indian Institute of Science Education and Research, Kolkata, and others. The Aditya L1 mission aims to set up a space-based observatory to track the Sun, and it is supposed to be launched in mid-2022. The 7 payloads instruments will study solar corona, solar emissions, solar winds and flares, coronal mass ejections (CMES), as well as captures images of the Sun. That's it for the day. Please like, share this video and do subscribe this channel to get notification of the next video. Post your valuable comments below. Thank you.